Welcome to MojoPlays, and today we're looking at our picks for the best level from every Mario game.
Before we begin, we publish new content all week long, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
For this list, we looked at every Super Mario adventure and picked the most fun and innovative level from the bunch. However, we're only including mainline games, so don't expect to see any spin-offs here. Which level had you basking in Nintendo's pristine level design? Head to the comments and let us know. World 1-1, Super Mario Bros. When talking about the best of Mario's first side-scrolling adventure, it's hard to top the very first level. World 1-1 is renowned in its iconicism, including its music that would follow Mario for decades. But the genius in its design shouldn't be overlooked. It flawlessly teaches the player how the rest of the game will operate, and, likely unknown to Nintendo at the time, how every platformer would operate for years to come. The first time you grow twice your size using a super mushroom, the first Koopa whose shell you kick across the screen, the first time you realize you can actually go down some of those pipes. All of these little moments built the foundation of the franchise. World 2-1, Super Mario Bros. 2. Although this sequel is really just a reskinned version of a Japan-only release, that doesn't change the fact that it brought long-lasting elements to Mario's games and some pretty fun level design. World 2-1 takes players through a desert, introducing new enemy types and hazards. The first section tests players' reaction time, forcing them into quicksand as enemies attack. The second section has you digging through layers of sand while avoiding Shy Guys. Super Mario Bros. 2 let you play as different characters with different playstyles. Playing as Toad here meant an easier time through the digging section, which was just a small way the game had players adapt to its levels. World 4-3, Super Mario Land. The final level in this handheld classic asks, what if Mario was in a shoot-'em-up? And the answer is this delightful trip among the clouds in Mario's airplane, the Sky Pop. There are plenty of flying enemies and blocks for Mario to blast through, but it grows tenser as obstacles and combatants grow more frequent. It'll put your movement speed to the test with narrow paths and not one, but two bosses that will attempt to barrage you with projectiles. As with most shoot-'em-ups, it's best to just never stop firing. World 4-1, Super Mario Bros. 3. World 4-1 may look and play very similarly to other Mario levels, but the novelty of venturing into Giant Land for the first time and seeing Goombas and Koopa Troopas that could eat Mario for breakfast is still just as charming today as it was over 30 years ago. Their size is intimidating at first, though they're really just bigger targets. There's also two hidden one-up mushrooms early on, just in case you need them for your overly large foes. The rest of the world would also include giant-sized enemies and blocks, but there's nothing like that immediate wow factor. Sunken Ghost Ship, Super Mario World. Super Mario World introduced ghost houses, levels teeming with booze that would trick players in a variety of ways. The Sunken Ghost Ship, which reveals the final world on completion, took that aspect and blended it with the bullet bill-infested airships from Super Mario Bros. 3 to wonderful effect. The bullets are easy enough to dodge underwater, but the swarm of boos that periodically disappear and reappear in the second area, not so much. Luckily, it's the only boo location where you can take Yoshi, giving you a little more durability. And, as a way to apologize, Nintendo filled the final section with ways to earn multiple extra lives. Space Zone 2, Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins. Long before Super Mario Galaxy, 6 golden coins took Mario to space. The low gravity makes each of Space Zone's levels a treat, floating along, collecting coins, and knocking enemies out of the sky, but what makes Space Zone 2 so much fun is that it's an auto-scroller. Angry little stars populate the space, essentially serving as spike traps, and while the controls operate similarly to water levels, the small number of enemies makes it so you can focus solely on the obstacles. Thankfully, it also gives you a fire flower right before its boss, the spaceship-driving Tatanga. World 5-1, Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels. While players in Japan experienced it much earlier, everyone else wouldn't get the true Super Mario Bros. 2 until it was remastered in 1993's Super Mario All-Stars collection. And with levels like this, it's easy to see why Nintendo deemed it too tough for Western players. Most of its jumps are difficult to make. Some have low-hanging piranha plants directly above you, some bring in wind to affect your jump, and others are just spaced widely apart. Enemies aren't a problem if you start with a power-up, but there's only one to be found here, and it's hidden down a pipe. Still, its tough obstacles make it incredibly satisfying to conquer, instilling a sense of pride as all challenging 2D platformers do. Touch Fuzzy Get Dizzy, Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island. Though it's only a Mario game in the loosest sense, Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island brought a unique art style to the series, and that art style reached its peak creative point in this psychedelic level. The jungle setting fits lovingly with the picture book aesthetic, but that aesthetic is blown out of the water if Yoshi touches a Fuzzy, the level's spore-like enemies. While they don't deal damage, they do act as a hallucinogenic that completely derails Yoshi's momentum. Music slows, the ground and colors distort, and Yoshi becomes harder to control. This could have been annoying, but it actually provides a fun challenge, and it helps that their effects are short-lasting. Bob-omb Battlefield, Super Mario 64. Super Mario 64 revolutionized the series in many different ways, and all of these ways can be seen in its very first level. Like World 1-1 for a new generation, Bob-omb Battlefield taught players everything they needed to know, and it was a joyous occasion experiencing it for the first time. Not only were we controlling Mario in a completely new type of environment, but it introduced the concept of adaptable sandbox worlds rather than a series of stages you were simply trying to reach the end of. Beyond historical importance, it's just a fun level to play. Shooting Mario out of cannons, racing a Koopa, and flying through rings of coins in the sky solidified Bob-omb Battlefield as grander than what came before. Here we go! Pina Park, Super Mario Sunshine. There are plenty of places to visit in Isle Delfino for Mario's would-be vacation, but by far the most exciting in terms of level design is Pina Park. The giant amusement park houses tons of rides that make for great platforming obstacles, including a Ferris wheel and swinging pirate ships. Or you can enjoy the park's other amenities, like a boss fight on a roller coaster or the lovely sunflower garden just outside. Pina Park balances a delightful design with thrilling platforming from soaring heights. And unlike other levels, it also offers 2 courses without flood, some of the toughest yet most satisfying levels in the game. World 8 Bowser's Castle, New Super Mario Bros. Nintendo took Mario back to his 2D roots with this DS entry, and its final level is just as creatively tough as you would expect it to be. This version of Bowser's Castle comes equipped with switches that will flip rooms upside down. Not only is this an interesting platforming gimmick, but it also comes with all the usual traps, hazards, and enemies. Thwomps, dry boneses, spikes, lava, and streams of fire are all waiting for you to misstep. The second section tests players by having them pick the correct path, so it's good that the game gives you a whopping 800 seconds to complete. Freezeflame Galaxy, Super Mario Galaxy. Mario has trekked through plenty of ice and fire levels over the years, but Freezeflame Galaxy combines them both into one glorious package. This galaxy introduced the Ice Flower to the core series, which lets Mario create platforms on the level's freezing cold water. It also introduced ice skating, adding an extra dose of fun to navigating and dealing with enemies. But it isn't all just pleasant firsts for Mario. One star challenges you by facing Baron Burr, who constantly shoots ice while you platform up to him, and another throws you into the blistering core of a planet. However, it's when the elements combine that Freezeflame Galaxy becomes truly remarkable. World 6-6, New Super Mario Bros. Wii. This Wii entry brought multiplayer to the classic Mario format, and depending on who you played with, World 6-6 was either intrinsically cooperative, ridiculously chaotic, or a bit of both. Mostly taking place in an extremely dark cave, players use a raft to navigate the area. The raft's light source can be angled using the Wiimote, uncovering secrets and enemies hiding around you. Piranha plants, bats, and fire bros create an air of suspense, which actually makes it more fun than if the whole cavern was lit up. Playing by yourself brings a similar suspenseful feeling, as the raft never stops moving, but multiplayer ups the insanity meter, and the level is all the better for it. Grandmaster Galaxy, Super Mario Galaxy 2. The final level of Super Mario Galaxy 2 is one of the hardest platforming levels of all time, but it is also one of the most creative, and one that will leave you with a nearly unmatched sense of accomplishment. You'll use flower grapples to flip Yoshi through mines and Paragoombas, make your way across hazard-filled flip-switch panels, red-blue panels, and shrinking tiles, and ride clouds through an electric maze. And that's only the half of it. The level is balanced just right to make you keep trying after each death. And for an even greater challenge, there's the Daredevil Comet mode, where one hit brings instant death. World 5-2, Super Mario 3D Land. This dungeon level is presented from a top-down perspective and pays loving homage to The Legend of Zelda in several key ways. Beyond some light puzzle solving that brings a familiar tune, there are different layers and plenty of hidden paths beckoning towards curious players. Spinies populate the area, meaning you'll need a power-up to defeat them instead of jumping on them, just like Link. Additionally, the top-down view makes terrific use of the 3DS's 3D effect, with enemies and coins from blocks popping out at the player. World Star 1, New Super Mario Bros. 2. The name of this game is collecting coins, with Mario's goal throughout being 1 million. Every level is flooded with the shiny little collectibles, with some holding clever ways in how you obtain them. The first level of the Star World seems fairly insignificant in this regard at first, but everything from the bridges to the platforms to the ground is made up of bricks, which will give you a coin when hit from below or ground pounded from above. Although, the most fun moment comes with a P-switch that turns the majority of bricks into coins, giving you access to one of 3 moon coins, but also a whole host of regular ones.
Mario number 1!
Spinning Platforms of Doom, New Super Mario Bros. U. Just like the Painted Swampland, this secret level has a unique visual style reminiscent of Vincent van Gogh's work. However, where Painted Swampland is relatively easy, the Spinning Platforms of Doom is a pretty hefty challenge. As the name implies, the majority of platforms taking you across the poisonous water are constantly spinning. If that wasn't hard enough, there are also rotating groups of boos guarding your path. One wrong jump could lead to instant death, but it's the combination of immaculate platforming and the gorgeous swirling background that make it one of the best 2D Mario levels. The Great Goal Pole, Super Mario 3D World. Goal poles usually offer a form of relief at the end of a level, which is what makes this stage so engaging. Appearing at the very beginning, the goal pole will sprout wings and lead players on a merry chase. And with only 100 seconds on the clock, you better get moving. Dash pads propel Mario and friends forward as they pursue, but there are plenty of collectibles and obstacles, such as green stars and falling platforms, to distract you from your mission. While obviously not a very long level, it creatively plays with the setup we've all gotten so used to. New Donk City, Super Mario Odyssey. Super Mario 64 showed the creative possibilities of 3D Mario, while Super Mario Odyssey perfected it. And at the pinnacle of its creativity sits the Metro Kingdom's new Donk City. This sprawling metropolis is one of the grandest levels in the game. From its tall skyscrapers to its deep sewers, the level's nooks and crannies are packed with secrets and objectives. Save the city from a siege, play the slots, flee from a T-Rex, race some RC cars, or just go jump rope in the park. These amount to a speck in all that you can do in New Donk City. Beyond that, the level is a massive love letter to Mario, with references, Easter eggs, and a city-wide celebration that would make any fan's heart sing.
Check out these other great clips from MojoPlays, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.